Hey career professionals, welcome back to my channel. Amanda Bryant here, your professional career coach and resume writer. And so in this video, I am going to be sharing with you when you should send your resume over to the recruiter. So you've took the initiative to reach out to the recruiter and you want to send over your resume. And so how long should you wait? And so for tip number one here, what I'm going to share with you is to use social media first to reach out to the recruiter or hiring manager if you haven't reached out to them yet. And so what I mean by this, after you've applied for the job online, you can reach out to the recruiter and let them know that you're interested in that role at their company, that you've already applied for that job, and you want to have an informational interview with them to talk with them further about that particular position. And so you want to use social media and LinkedIn more specifically to get contact information for a recruiter in that department with the company you are interested in working for. And so for tip number two, if you don't know what to do next, always ask. I have a free career professionals community that you can check out. Anytime you have questions and you need career support, you can post your questions over in the private community, and me or one of my team members will respond to you there within 28 to 48 hours. And within that career professionals community, which is totally free, you will get access to a lot of information that will help you move forward with your job search, up to and including answering your questions that you might have about how to move forward, whether it be editing your resume, how to answer a specific interview question, and just how to move forward in general. And one of the other things that you can do while we're on the subject of recruiters is you can check out my other video on how to communicate with recruiters on LinkedIn. And so if you haven't checked out that video yet, make sure that you do check out that video that's right there, and go ahead and check that out if you need some help communicating back and forth with recruiters. And if you have any other questions that might come up for you, let me know down in the comments below. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure that you do. And so for tip number three is you want to follow all directions. And so take a look at that job description, make sure that you read it thoroughly to figure out what your next step should be as far as follow-up. Some job descriptions will tell you not to follow up at all. Others will tell you, give you an email address. The general rule, if it's a contact information on the job description, go ahead and follow up with that recruiter or hiring manager. And if there's no contact information on there and it doesn't tell you not to follow up, you can use LinkedIn as a research tool to get contact information for someone at that company and get in through the back door. One of my clients recently, she applied for a job, reached out to and didn't have the contact information, and she looked up the recruiter on LinkedIn and reached out to them via email and ended up getting the job. And so use LinkedIn as a research tool. They're expecting you to reach out to them. And if you are looking for a job, don't worry about being a pest or anything like that. They are looking for you and you are looking for them. And when you send them an email, you just make the process a whole lot easier for them, especially when you are following the directions step by step that they're asking you to do. And so another example I want to point out as well is you want to be proactive about your job search. And in this case, when it comes to following directions, if they ask you to forward over your resume, you don't want to forward it over 1 or 2 weeks later. That position might close on you. So you want to be proactive about your job search and start early, and don't start your job search late. Start it when you really don't need the actual job. And even if you are in a position right now where you do need a job, make sure that that you go ahead and update your resume first before you begin your job search. And so if you're in a position right now where you've already started your job search and you haven't updated your resume yet, you can send it over to me at resumehelp@abcareermatch.com, and I'll take a look at it for you to make and give you some feedback and see if you even need any updates to it. So finally, when should you send your resume over to the recruiter or hiring manager? And so you can send it over to them when they ask you for it, which is one of the reasons why I created the video on how to post your resume on LinkedIn. If you haven't checked out that video, you can check that out as well. In that video, I share with you 3 ways to determine whether or not you should post your resume on LinkedIn. And one of the tips that I share with you in that video is if you haven't searched for a job in a while and you don't have any experience in that industry and you don't have any active recruiters in your network, don't post your resume on your LinkedIn profile. That'll be the perfect opportunity for you to continue that conversation with that recruiter or hiring manager. And so, for example, you guys have exchanged information back and forth. You commented on one of their posts and you genuinely are interested in what they were talking about on that post, and you offered some advice on how to move forward in that company, or you were able to hold a conversation with them just to help build that relationship. And then you can let them know that you applied for that job and could they take a look at your resume, or they might even take a look at your profile before you even get to that point and request your resume from you, which is what happened to my client Terry when she was looking for a job, and I rewrote her resume for her. In less than 1 week, she was able to get a new high-paying job because she was prepared. She started her job search. She started her job search early, and she was proactive in her job search by updating her resume before she even began. And so when the recruiter asked for it, she was able to go ahead and send it over to them within a timely manner and accept that job offer and get employed right away. And so another thing that you can do as well to get the attention of the recruiter or hiring manager, which I am going to share with you as a bonus here in this video, is to take a look at some of the content that the company is sharing on their website, and then you can share some of the same similar content as well to help you get noticed. And so what I mean by this is, like, when I share content in the YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, or even in a YouTube community, you want to make sure that you are consistent. If you want to share, like I share a video in the YouTube community every Friday, you want to make sure that you're consistent. And so if you want to share a post on LinkedIn once a day, make sure that you're sharing it every day around the same time. Like, for example, I might share a post on LinkedIn between 2 and 3 p.m. every day, but make sure that you want to make sure that you share it consistently. Otherwise, LinkedIn will not allow your post to be seen by the people that are in your network. One of the challenges, or one of the biggest mistakes that I see job seekers make when it comes to LinkedIn is they don't have enough connections with recruiters in their industry. And so if this is the case with you, go ahead and start sending a connection request by typing in a little note before you hit that send request button on LinkedIn, so that you can start connecting with people that are in your industry, your future coworkers, your future boss, recruiters within that company, and things like that. You can also follow the same suit with other companies, but with people that have the same job title that you are pursuing as well, to see what type of content they are sharing in the LinkedIn community. And so the key there is to make sure that you build up your network and that you are also staying consistent, but also genuine about your search as well. So if I shared something with you here today that you found helpful, I want you to make sure that you hit that like button, and you can also share it with someone else you feel that would benefit from the information that I shared with you here today as well. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. And I want you to check out the private career professionals community so that you can get free career support on your career journey, as well as you continue to move forward with your job search. And so if you haven't joined us over there yet, make sure that you hit that link that's down in the comment below, and I will see you in the next video.